Good morning, welcome back to Mars. Engineer Coffee here. Last episode we got a lot done here on this assembly and ingot storage factory. Still got to work out the top section, but we have the update coming out today. Wanted to get some stuff done for that. Before we get started though, somebody had mentioned we put a control center, and I think that would be a good spot here to show the levels of the silos for like ingot storage, and our ore silos would be good. And I think we might also put in like if the refineries are working or not. Would be a good indicator in there. I don't really want to use scripts, but I think we could come up with something with some event controllers and lights and things. Would be fun to do. So I think we can fit it in that spot. If we can't, maybe we'll create a control center up on the upper floor. But I really like that idea. And then secondly, during this retrofit, we'll find out here at 10 o'clock. But somebody had mentioned that this door that I want to replace in here is actually a 2x2. And it goes up, and so I reviewed Splitsy's video, and he's right in a sense. There is a variant that goes up, and it looks like we're getting two. There's going to be one that goes side to side, and then one that goes up. So I'm excited about that. I'm sure you guys already know because I'm going to post this video after the fact. So it looks like we'll be okay on this one. We can go either way, 1x4 or 2x2 on that one. This one in here might be a little bit more tricky. Oh no, that's just an interior block. So we can do the 1x4 in here pretty easily. 2x2 might be a little bit more of a challenge because I think that's where the pipe comes in and the tank is over there in this wall section. So that might be a little bit more difficult. And then out here, the 2x2 should be the way to go, just so we don't have to screw up that angle there. So I think that's good. And then we'll just figure out whatever other blocks. I've kind of held off on doing exterior lighting around here because I know that there's those like spotlight looking things that would be fun to put up on scaffolding and maybe make some like street lights. So we'll see there. But this episode I wanted to get a fighter going. So now that we have the pad cleared from tardigrade, we can actually put a fighter here on this pad. And I have a design, or I have a blueprint that I made 6 years ago. So it's doesn't really have any of the new blocks built into it. It's got, you know, some old school vents and turrets and all of these old thrusters and things, but I thought it'd be cool to retrofit this with modern blocks and things and see if we can make something a little bit better than this guy. Alright, I got the front section done, kept the same cockpit, got the gun, placed these with the newer Gatling turrets, but same, you know, ammunition type obviously. Put full-size vents in here, and then I was just looking, I put the Warfare batteries in here because I thought this angled slope would flow better with this, which it does, but now these look off, so I'm wondering if we should redo these side armor panels here. They're also in light armor, which probably was a bad decision. So I'm wondering if we just grind this off here, and we can put in like a half slab, but in large, or not large, but heavy armor. Okay, and then we can put in, I think, just the short blocks like this. That would not be that one. This would be this shape. Yeah, I'm gonna like this a lot better. Alright, that looks a lot better. Still thinking about switching up the coloring, but this will probably be more of the tan. Let's go ahead and just do that now. This would be black. This would be black, and then the outside would be the tan. Let's see, can we get lucky and do a control? There we go. Okay, well I got the color scheme changed a bit. I think I like it a lot better, a little bit more of the camo. I wasn't really impressed with the brown camo. You have to let me know what you think. Still playing around with the paint, I don't know. And then on the back side here, or in the middle section, I had put a large cargo container. Seems excessive. I'm wondering if I did it because the large cargo connection for the bottom here and then for the rocket launchers that are on the side, that may have been the reasoning there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and keep it. We obviously just won't fill this ship with any heavy weight because that's going to be, geez, a large cargo container. It takes a lot of thrusters. So I'm sure I just did it for the connection port. So we'll go ahead and keep that going. Alright, yeah, I think that makes sense why I did that. It definitely works for the conveying system. Let's go ahead and repaint some of this stuff. And then here on the top, I guess I just did a conveyor port. Oh, wait, How is that conveyed in? An antenna off the front. Oh, it's off the back here. That goes down to this mess of connectors and things. Okay. And then I have, off of here I had, oh, just those thrusters. I don't really leave myself enough space for thrusters. I'm wondering if I should replace some of those with forward thrust. Okay, I pretty much just welded up all the armor around this midsection. Got these 2 more batteries on here. I think that'll be good. This will have some power, I think. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. This top section had a Gatling turret, and I wonder if we'd do a different turret on it, because the Gatling turret actually has the big port on it. So I think it was routed back behind here to get it conveyed, but we have this little small port, so I think we can actually use one of the small guns. I'm wondering if we should put assault cannon on here, but then I've got armor around it. That looks a little funky. Or should I do the auto cannons? Auto cannons might have been better here on the wing tips instead of doing the Gatlings. I'll think about that one. I think we'll put this one up here on the top. So I do want to armor around, so let me just come up with a conveyor here. And then we'll put the auto cannon on the top, and then we'll armor around it. I did put in AI flight and offensive there. I think it was Ager that one of his drones or one of his fighters was, when this gets shot out, the AI flight or AI combat takes over and it keeps in the fight. So I kind of want to do that. I need to put some like event controllers and other things in here. Oh, we must have put heavy block in there. I didn't mean to do that. All right, that's not looking half bad. I got this top cap on. Man, this thing is chunkier than I remember. For some reason, I thought it was a light aircraft. Yeah, atmospheric. I think we want to put the sci-fis on. Or there's their industrials. It's just those two, right? Yeah, okay. For some reason I thought maybe there was the industrial ones, but nope. Alright, put the sci-fi ones on. Should we put a layer? Should probably put like a layer around, right? Then put these guys on. Yeah, something like that, and then maybe we'll put the vent fans. Ooh, we could put a bigger one. That might be an option, as we put like the bigger one like here. I'll have to think about that one. That might be a better option, so we can actually get some thrust in the right direction. Yeah, let's do something like this. And let's figure out how to, like, wrap it in. I think that'll be good. Very dangerous to have all these wing tips like this, but that's alright. And then I guess. Alright, well that took me way too long to figure out. I think I got all this wing tip figured out. I got a little wing lit on there. We'll put the lights on the side. This looks pretty good. I like it. It'll still, you know, like can suck air in and actually power these fans. Because I don't really want it to like close off, that it, you know, wouldn't operate, I guess is where I'm going with that. There's probably a lot of conflicting vortexes of air in there. I'm sure that is a terrible design, but it looks okay for space engineers. Yeah, and a little bit more upward thrust here. I kind of want to get a little bit more forward thrust, so I'm thinking locking in here, and then we'll arc that in. So, or should we... Might do that a little bit different. I think let's get this out of here. It's a remnant of the old design. Pull that one, flip this one. There we go. Alright, well, we'll weld up those in a minute. On that tip. Yeah, I think that's going to look good. I still need to mess with all the paint here, because it is way too monochromatic, obviously. But I think we've got the general shape of it. I still think I need some more side thrust somewhere, so I gotta figure out some place to put more side thrust that makes sense. Guess we can put a couple here. Let's do that. I think those were heavy armor blocks. Yeah, they were. That's alright. So we're pretty close to the original design. I definitely shortened up these back wings, but I had the vector thrust scripts, and so there was rotors and stuff that were rotating those, so don't need that anymore. Shrunk those wing tips up, obviously. So let's get those little pieces on here welded up.
Fuel low.
Oops, I just painted the deck, didn't I? Yep.
Fuel critical.
Let's fix that. Oh, and we're gonna crash. I seem to do this every time I start a recording. I never check my battery or my hydrogen levels. Okay. Yeah, so I still need to get some, thrusters and stuff welded up, but I was working on the back section here because I don't want the large connector. I want the small connector here, and I was back here. I have the turret. Well, it's trucked up to the truck right now to battery charge. We have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. I guess 4 blocks from the connector to connect up to that turret. I think what I want to do, we'll put a hinge. Should we put a plate before we put the hinge? Probably. Let's get a block there first. We need to route down. That guy's plugged in. No, I think we're good. And then we'll put a hinge here. I don't like that. We're gonna put a block. I'm gonna put one of these here. I think it'll look better with the hinge connected to it. Okay, put a block down like this, and we'll put the. Oh, should have welded that up. All right, got that fixed up. Let's just park it there. That'll be good. Good enough. Yeah, so we carried out 1, 2, 3, because I guess it was 4 for the turret, so we'll rotate, yeah, this one up, and then we'll put a little connector on the end. There we go, and of course I forgot to weld up again. That's fine. But basically something like this, and then we can change this one. Get me out of there. There we go. Something like that, that'll pitch down and be able to pick up a turret, or we can drive a turret into it. Hook it up and pull it in. The leg should be good. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. The leg should stick about out to there, which should tuck in nicely. And then we can mess with the heights of where we want it to kind of nestle into this hole. Hopefully it'll be good. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks? That might be tight, I guess, with the turret hitbox, but we'll see. Alright, I'm not 100% on the paint job, but I think it turned out pretty good, especially for trying to get this done in a few hours before the update comes. Yeah, I think it looked pretty good. I don't know how about the side thrust. I'm a little worried about that. And then forward thrust is decent. Up thrust, we should have enough between the 4 of these. We've got 4 batteries, so we should be good there. We got a connector, large connector on the bottom to go onto this connector here. I still need to get some landing gear. That would be a good thing. Is that connected up? No. Okay, that'll be connected so I can get all this stuff off. Yeah, I like the old school, or the landing gear. I was thinking about putting mag plates, but I like the placement of these, and they look pretty good. Let's paint them black. Yeah, I think that'll look good. Let's go ahead and turn the projector off so we can actually see the ship in its entirety. Yeah, I like it. I think it's going to be nice. Let's check the batteries here real quick. Hopefully we've been charging up this whole time. I got the batteries on recharge. We'll get those. Turn to auto here, and then let's give it a flight test here, because it's been years since I've flown this thing. So let's turn on our dampeners. Okay. Let's go ahead and just grind it away and see what happens. Let's give a quick save. Let's not be dumb. Okay. Well, we're floating. That's good news. Alright, well, she's flying on her own. Up thrust is good. Forward thrust is decent. Stopping thrust is pretty good. Side to side, let's see how that's going. Let's just go this way and see how quickly we can slow down sideways. It is atrocious. That's about what I thought it would be. We have 4 small thrusters is all. Wonder how we could add some more side thrust. That might be something good, because this is pretty drifty. I like it though. It's a good looking ship. Let's see if we can get down to this turret. Oops, did not mean to hop out. Let's see if we can get down to this turret here and hook up. It's not bad. Let's see. Can I get down a little bit further? That feels good. Let's turn off our dampener so we're not blowing exhaust in our face. Oh, that wasn't even the right port. I needed to come over here. Okay, well, redo, mulligan. It's good. Let's go out and take a look at our level here. Are we good level? Could go down maybe a little bit more. Okay, we're lined up here to the turret and we're locked down. I'm going to turn the dampeners off for now. I want to fold in the legs of the turret. Let's see, mag plates unlock. Fold them in. Oh, these are on auto lock. Let's not do auto lock. Turret claw hinges, there we go. Reverse. Let's see if we actually stay on the ground or if it's going to tip us backwards, because that is heavy armor. Do we even get the group on there? Oh yeah, it's going to tip us back. Oh, I was worried about that. Oh yeah, that is not enough torque there at all. Yeah, we kind of hold it, but not great. You know, that's not terrible. I mean, we're a little bit flippy-floppy, but yeah, is it because it's... Yeah, I think it is. I think the turret hitbox is hitting our plate there, so I think 0 degrees is too much. Alright, the update is here. I'm excited. I loaded back into the world here. I still have a cert installed, so we'll see if it has any conflicts with the new spawns, but I really want to get this ship built so we could fly around maybe at some point and see if we can find some of the new derelict outposts or pirate stations or something like that would be fun. But really what I want to do now is check out the new blocks, so let's go ahead and get started with that. Alright, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of others that are going to do mod spotlights or block spotlights of the new blocks, so I just want to go through and see what we can use in our base. So I want to start off with these doors. We had talked about it well before this, of putting these in, so they are different than what I thought. It's not a 2x1, there's a 4x1 or a 2x2 tall, so I think I want to do the tall here because I don't want to screw with this angle here, and then this is also the event controller for the airlock, so we're going to do the tall here. Do we want to do... Oof. Do we want to do deeper on the inside or the outside? Let's do deeper on the outside. I think that'll look good. And then over here, I've got it dug out that we'll do the 4x. We need to repaint that, it looks like. There we go. I think that's the event controller for the airlock as well. Yeah, and then the tank is up here. We don't have any air in it yet. So this will be... The 4x will be the good one to put here. And then we'll put the shallow here. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Let's put the shallow on this side. And let me get these welded up. And then we'll take a look at them. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at these doors. They open and close. Looks probably about the same speed as these gates, right? Yeah, it looks very similar on the door speed. Just has less distance to go. Very cool. Okay, so we got that upper door there, and then we got our sliding door here. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, this makes this entrance look a lot more grand. Kind of want to move this now, but yeah, that'll work. That'll work well. That's why I put the button panels on the side here. So now we've got a really good, big entrance into our reception area here. So very cool. All right, let's go on to the next block. All right, the next one I installed here is the captain's desk. I like it. It looks really cool. I don't know if I want to, you know, do all of this stuff. We'll probably grind this off.
Inventory.
Of course, my inventory's full. Yeah,
Inventory
I think we'll grind
full.
that off, and then let's take a look at it just bare. Okay, yeah, I think I like it. Kind of makes this room look a little bit more empty. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have done the desk. I like the fact that it has a computer station, though. That makes more sense. So, maybe we'll just put a flower, decor or something in front of it at some point. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how we want to remodel this room now. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the planter in front of it. It kind of blocks the niceness of the desk, so I'll have to think about this one, see how I want to rework it. I might put the desk sideways or something and put in some other blocks. I'm not sure. I'm not really in love with it yet. I might go back to the old school desk and we'll find another place for that at some point. Alright, next I want to check out the inset connectors, so we're going to grind this one off, and then definitely the other two down here will grind off as well. That'll look really nice. So connector, let's take a look here. Yeah, the inset connector. What's interesting about this, I was looking at it in a creative world. It has a connector on the bottom, which is, pretty standard for a connector, and then it only has a connector on one side. So that's kind of interesting. It'll do a 90-degree, but it will not do like a pass-through. So I was thinking like you could use this on your like hanger floor or something like this, but you can't like have a continuous stream of conveyors going through it, because I thought maybe we could really shrink up our conveyance, but you can only have a port on one side of it, so we'll have to kind of play around with that at some point. So that may help or hinder some people with their venting. So I'm glad we got a T there, because we're not going to connect to the connector. Just in case, we'll face it over that direction. Oh, that's kind of interesting. You can see it through the connector. Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, I think that looks good. Let's get them welded up, and I'll get the other two changed out, and we'll take a look. Alright, so I did these two over here both ways. This one's actually got the 90... yeah, you can see the yellow there. It's going towards the wall. The other one, the conveyor port, is going towards the ceiling. So you can have it either closed off completely like this, or you can kind of expose the guts of it. I don't know if that affects air tightness in any way, but you can kind of see the yellow lights there. They're not connected at the moment, so they'll work for the valve. That'll be cool. I think I might actually take this one down and have it exposed. I kind of like the look of it, considering we have all these exposed pipes and stuff anyway. But yeah, really cool. I like it. Well, I was thinking about redoing this connector here, which we may do at some point, but I've got the fighter here in a way, so probably do that. But this will be a good opportunity to go ahead and lift off. Let's go ahead and undo our deal there. I'm going to go drop this turret off first, because it is making this whole thing a little bit wobbly. There we go. We'll go ahead and drop him off. I probably should have dropped him off where he's supposed to go, but that's fine. Okay, is there anything on the radar? Yeah, what's interesting, we've got these unidentified signals 2 kilometers away, so we definitely have stuff popping around, so at some point we'll have to get there. I mean, 2,000 kilometers is way too far. That's when we get a spaceship, but right now I want to go ahead and we'll just float in the sky. I want to take off this Gatling turret. I want to put the new variant in, because it looks pretty cool. One thing I did notice, though, is it has different conveyor ports. So this one has conveyor ports on all 4 sides. The Type 2 only has it on one, or on like the front or the back or the side. I guess it's really the side. So if I put it like this, it's actually not going to convey anymore to that port. So I kind of have to bias it sideways, which is a little bit interesting. And then it's a little bit more squared off, so it actually doesn't line up as well with... Oops. Let's do that again. It actually doesn't line up as well with those armor blocks. It takes the same amount of blocks to weld it up, so that's a good thing. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know if it particularly fits this ship now. I wasn't really sure what to expect. Oh, so good painting that one wrong. I don't know if I like it on this particular ship now that I look at it, but it's a cool turret nonetheless. Alright, and this will just be temporary for now. We do still want to do custom turrets on the ends here. Got a nice storm, that's fun. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Here's a new turret. I still wish it had a better hitbox. It is just DLC, so they're not going to change any, give it more of an advantage to be more squat, harder to hit with a bullet, so they're not going to do any of that. So it's basically just plug and play with the old ones, except for, that small grid we talked about having the different conveyor ports on it. So something to watch out for on that side. I should probably lower this guy and not waste his battery this whole time. Yeah. Anyway, there's a rocket variant as well. Oh, I've got a cap on that one, but there is a new rocket style. There we go. It obviously can't go there because I've got conflicting items, but yeah, new look to it. Looks pretty good. Definitely flows more into the new style of things that we've got. Alright, another change that they did, we've got these square pistons, which is really cool. I like the look of them. It definitely improves the look over these old school pistons. But the big thing that I really am looking forward to is in here we have a new control. We find our piston. Here we can actually do a set and move. So we want to set it to height of, I think it goes to 10. So let's go to 3. Oh. That one's a short one. Let's do 0.5. I'm used to the large ones. Let's do a speed of 3. Okay, that'll work. And let's do another one here. Do a set and move to 2, I think was the max there. Speed of 4. That's fine. Now when we hit this, goes to that speed, goes up to here, can hit it back, and it'll stop at the specific locations. So that's going to be really handy for like elevators and things, and then it also works for rotors and hinges. So this will work really well for what I was talking about in the previous episodes of being able to tilt this left and then tilt it right to drop off the hinge parts, and then still have another button or command to set it back to the 0 point. So it's ready to go again. So that's going to be super handy. Alright, next I wanted to look at these spotlights. I've got this one attached. I was kind of thinking there's different variants of it. We can do a right-hand version or a left-hand. Corner facing here, there's ones that face forward like this. So we got this one that tilts down. This would be kind of cool for here. The only problem I have with it is it's kind of got this like Kendorf attachment thing, which doesn't really mesh well with what we have with these half slabs. So we might replace this beam with a full block beam just so that looks a little bit nicer. But then on the end here, it's not really like the pillar section. I was expecting it to be like the offset pillar would mesh into it, but it doesn't really mesh all that well. And the other idea I had was you could do like the neon tubes and use them as piping, because if you paint these black, the neon doesn't really shine and it looks more like piping. You could do that with these little terminal ends and kind of tie it in, but otherwise they don't really have a mate here on the end other than the other lights. So kind of interesting. Not exactly sure how I'll incorporate these yet. I mean, we can always slap them on the side of the building like this. So we could have, you know, like these guys facing here and shining down. We'll see. We'll see how we kind of want to slap them around to get some exterior lighting. We'll do the tilted right-hand side or left-hand side. That look better, kind of facing like that. Probably. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Cool. Yeah, well, I like the lighting. We'll have to play around with it. This one might actually stay straight, so it kind of beams down on both of them. So, yeah, definitely got options here. Alright, the next thing I wanted to look at was this cockpit. It looks pretty cool. It's the free one as long as you sign up for the newsletter, so make sure you go in here and sign up for the newsletter. I think the rules are different for like PlayStation, Xbox, and Windows Store or something like that. So that's for Steam. Definitely sign up and then you'll get it for free. It's got a little bit different stats than the old school cockpit. So it's got a little bit more glass and steel plate, so it's probably a little bit hardier to bullet shots, but I think it's weaker than the industrial cockpit. And better than the cab, so should be a little bit hardy. I kind of want to build a mech that looks like the RoboCop. I think I made a post about it on YouTube, but that kind of looks like the mech from RoboCop. I think would be cool, but I've never built a mech, so that'll probably be ways down the road. But yeah, pretty cool cockpit. We'll have to see how we want to incorporate it. It does have 2 ports on the side, which is different than the other one, so it'd be good for Gatling guns. 2 ports on the back, the big one on the bottom, and then the one on the front, so it matches the old school cockpit with its ports. Just the 2 on the side are different, so pretty cool. Okay, the next thing I wanted to look at was these bridge floors. So we've got these bridge windows that kind of face down, and I was thinking about doing a control tower for the pad here, which you can kind of look down on the pad And we'll probably have to play with the angle a little bit. It might be lower to the ground than that. But when you look up, you can't really see anything unless we put windows. And then now they've got these variants, which are pretty cool. So it's got built-in like cockpits and seats and things. Definitely got a more of a front view, angled view, which is really cool. I don't know if we'll use it for a control tower, but it's really cool and it plays in well. You can actually do a combo like this. So we might have to design a ship at some point that incorporates that. I really think it's neat. There's one with a button panel. There's one that's just straight. There's other variants that have like, this one has no floor. So you could do a no floor one. Yeah, different angles, fronts, you know, it's all pretty much the same as that one, but it's got a different angle there. And then this one's kind of a square angle. So definitely different ways to incorporate it. And then there's, yeah, these ones here that are like a 2x1 variant, which is cool. And then these ones that are just kind of flat panels. So definitely a lot of different options, a lot of different ways to build. Was not expecting these blocks at all. So it'll be really fun to try to incorporate these in some fashion. Not exactly sure how yet. All right, and then lastly, I kind of want to just go over these little small grid blocks. Don't know if I have a use for them at the moment. We haven't really been playing in small grid, but it's kind of cool. It's got a little first aid cabinet here. It's got a tiny little amount of storage in it, 72 liters. It is in with the weapon rack, kind of goes in well with that. So this will be good for drop ships. We don't have a drop ship at the moment, but good incorporation there. We got a sink and a fridge and an oven. This guy opens up. The fridge has a little bit of storage in it as well, 72 liters. Your little microwave opens up. Mr. Coffee here doesn't seem to be doing anything. I don't have any storage or any ports on it that I've found. And then a little jukebox media player, in case you wanted to play music in your little ship. So, don't have a use for this yet. We haven't really been building in small grid, but cool to know that they're here. Alright, one more addition that I didn't talk about. There's these new antennas variants, the little parabolic one. I think it looks really cool. It'll be good to put it on like a rotor and spin it around. So maybe when we get that control tower, we'll have that spinning around on the top of it. I think that'll be cool. I'll take it off of there. Yeah, so I think I want to go around and incorporate lights into this thing. And other than that, I don't think there was many new blocks other than these doors that really affects us in this particular base yet. I don't really want to go over the prototech blocks. I'm sure somebody's going to cover all that, but I kind of want to discover it as we go. So I don't really want to go over the stats or anything like that. I kind of want to be surprised when I find them and to see how much more efficient and stuff they are than what we have. So that'll be fun. Yeah, I think that's all the blocks I wanted to cover with the new update. Well, evidently I've been muted, but I went ahead and flew away from the base. We're 5 kilometers away from the station, so we're a good 20 kilometers away from our base. We're out of antenna range at this point. I wanted to see if I could get any of the new spawns to spawn in. I'm not sure how it works on Mars, or if it's a cert mixing with it. Occasionally I'll get these glitches like something's coming up. But so far I haven't found anything yet. Well, I say that, and now it looks like there's something... Oh, I got out. That wasn't the right button. Something up here, and I don't have the camera, I don't think. Really need to fix my toolbar here. Okay, looks like we got some derelict stuff. Okay, looks like I can keep the assert mod, and we've got stuff to play with, so this is exciting. I'm glad we've got this type of stuff in vanilla. I think I'll still keep the assert mod because I don't think it spawns in any like drones or air traffic or something to come get us. I think it's more we've got to go to the fight rather than the fight comes to us. So I think I might keep assert. We'll see. Looks like this guy's got a turret, so go ahead and see if we can take him out from a distance here. But we're not getting any hits, so that's going for us. I guess it's out of range because it's not white. There we go. Now it's in range. There we go. Got the turret red. Should work. What came up on our HUD? I wasn't even watching. Activating defensive measures. Okay. Well, it looks like we actually have a little bit of a... Oh, looks like we didn't take the turret out. There's another turret. Alright, well, I'm not very well versed in this ship yet. I don't know its aiming protocol here, but we'll figure it out. Okay, I think this might have been the same ship that Splitsy showed off, but at least we've got some encounters, so I'm excited for that. I guess we got a large cargo container. We can fill this guy up with a bunch of stuff. Cool. All right, well, looks like we have vanilla spawns coming in here, even with the assert mod, so that's good. I'm going to go ahead and call this an episode here. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.